Welcome to Marseille, welcome to almost 40 years of Poivre Blanc. 40 years of French design, colors and innovation for the whole sporty family. I am Michael, normally I would greet you personally for the winter sales meeting. This time, due to COVID, we will present you the collection digitally. What is not changing in present situation, people still want to be outside. Outside they need jackets, warm pants and mid-layers. This is our know-how. I invite you now to enter into the world of our winter collection. Our digital sales meeting is divided into three parts: a general introduction, a fashion show, and then we show you each product by photo. To start with, we want to focus on the 3 points which were the main thing during our development time: innovation, sustainability and protection. It's now Ina who will introduce our innovation part.
Hello, this is Ina. Nice to see you again. From now on, I'm gonna show you all our innovations of a new winter collection. Eco Fur, extravagance of Fausse Uni, lustrous metallic shine, color vibration, all over print, embroideries, and construction innovation. Let's see in the detail now. Fur trim bands are important warming design elements of our sophisticated outfit of Winter 21-22. After several years of research and development, Poivre Blanc is proposing now for the first time an eco fur looking like a real fur. A man-made fur with a fully natural aspect, light and soft in touch. We developed it on special machine together with our real fur supplier who has a know-how how a fur should look and feel like. These eco furs are offered in 3 colors, providing a refined finishing to female and girlish winter wardrobe. For special look, we also use artificial fur of zebra and leopard as a fabric insert, for example on shoulders, front panels, or colors. A glamorous upgrade for these styles. For Winter 21-22, we treat our existing fabrics and yarns in new, alternative ways. Unexpected, surprising Fausse Uni colors are created. Our embossed print, delicate sheen, looks from afar as a solid color, but actually it has an elaborated print design, creating a touch of luxury. By smoking or quilting our fabrics, 3D optics are created, resulting in different shades of the same color tone. We sell well our base layers. Also here, we are creating new Fausse Uni versions. By taking our normal yarns, but doing a jacquard knitting or mixing white and black yarns, we get totally new looking fabric and colors enriching our base layer collection. We are continuing our innovative approach of integrating metallics in different ways into our collection. Metallics are used as an accent. From rivets in the various metal colors as small design details and big metallic prints on base layers to shimmering silver metallic fabric inserts and Rex fabrics. The metallic trend in our collection gives our outfits a shot of glamour, and it's a perfect way to get noticed. Since ever, Poivre Blanc means colors. In the new collection, we find not only sporty colors and surprising color blockings, but also existing new colored details as a flash multicolor tapes on some baby styles, or multicolor bands and contrasted pipings on other jackets. Colors are vibrating. In our Grove winter print big flower cover and protect the body and giving off a feminine, girlish charm. The Grove blue version in the bluish icy print color tones reflects the winter. Also, for our forest and the zebra print, the designers took inspiration from the nature. On the other hand, our graffiti art printed plays with the words to send us a message. There is no Poivre Blanc without embroideries. With our youngest boy, we explore the future of arty world. The curious robot bear guides the way. During the whole night, the arty princess of our young girls tells fairy tales to her best animal friends, the penguin, the snow leopard, and the baby polar bear. Poivre Blanc is not only innovative with material design elements, but also with new innovative construction details. For lady down jackets, we always have a many discussion if there should be a hood or not. For our down jacket, we invented a new type of color, a generous color construction, transforming itself into a hood by snaps. For men technical construction, innovations are important design elements. So, on our main ski jacket, we can find specially developed 3D protectors at shoulder and sleeves, or on another jacket, stitchless ultrasonic embossed dot seams on chest and sleeves.
At Poivre Blanc, we care. Over the last seasons, we became more and more a sustainable company. In this difficult COVID situation, we also want to take care about you as our customer, as our retailer. We want to make sure that end of the season, your stock and our stock is not devaluating. In the collection 21-22, we are taking over some styles from winter 2021. But we are adding new colors and also we are adding fancy versions. So you can keep your stock and you add an additional fancy version to your stock. Now to sustainability. Today we do not only have a lot of garment wastage by people disposing their garments just after a few months, there is also a lot of fabric wastage. When jackets, pants or sweaters are produced in a factory, there are always leftover fabrics not only from Poivre Blanc but from many other brands. The value of the world annual end of road textile waste is estimated to be worth over 25 billion euro. In many cases, these leftover fabrics are finally burned. Poivre Blanc tries and is integrating leftover fabrics into the collection, a step to reduce fabric waste. Most water-repellent finishes today are based on PFC, a chemical which can cause harmful side effects. Brands are slowly committing themselves to produce their garments free of PFC, meaning water-repellent finishes are more and more fluorine-free. Over 50% of our Poivre Blanc fabrics have already a C0 finishing, means a fluorine-free water repellency. Bluesign approved fabrics and other materials eliminate harmful substances right from the beginning of the manufacturing process and control standards for environmentally friendly and safe productions. Approximately 2/3 of our materials are bluesign approved. For instance, 100% of our synthetic insulation is bluesign approved. During winter 2021 bulk production, we changed our poly bags to biodegradable poly bags. Means by now all our winter garments will be delivered from the factory to warehouse and from there to stores in biodegradable poly bags. Fabrics, paddings and other materials are normally purchased in one country and then shipped by air or sea to the garment production country. This causes high CO2 emission. Poivre Blanc is determined to buy as much as possible of the needed material within the garment production country. Today 100% of our paddings are acquired from a factory right next to the garment production facility. 2/3 of all other materials are also purchased locally in the garment production country. This process ensures minimal transport emissions from Poivre Blanc. At Poivre Blanc we protect. Especially nowadays, you won't also in winter be outside. Your garment needs to protect you from cold and harsh winter weather. Not only our ski jackets, but also our down jackets are made of waterproof and breathable fabrics. Most important to keep you warm in winter is the insulation. We can claim Poivre Blanc uses very sophisticated insulations. With our MLPS multi-layer padding system, Poivre Blanc has not one layer of padding between shell and lining, but has one layer of padding on the lining side and one layer of padding on the shell side, in between an air cushion. From body side, these layers are heated up and keeps a warmth. This MLPS multi-layer padding system we can also combine with normal duck down, with synthetic down and with heat generative synthetic down. We call it MLPS Plus. MLPS Plus is patented by Poivre Blanc. Here we use conductive, light absorbing, heat generating fibers. They absorb and convert a wide range of frequencies of sunlight, including ultraviolet light, visible light and infrared light into heat.
Bonjour Yves, comment vas-tu?
Bonjour Ina, très bien.
Tu peux nous parler de la ligne luxe?
Mais bien sûr, le thème luxe est associé au glamour chic par la présence de détails étonnants qui s'expriment plus que jamais avec le respect de l'environnement. Les capuches bordées d'écofourrures naturelles, parfois tissées zèbre ou léopard, les imprimés couture, les modernités des smokes, les zips et les pressions or traduisent l'essence même de la féminité, de la mode et de la séduction. Ces tendances actuelles permettent de vivre en toute liberté les joies de la montagne et de la ville.
All right, let's go! La ligne traditionnelle est le cœur de notre collection. Peux-tu nous parler de ses points forts?
Cette année, l'élégance des Faux Unis représente en majorité le thème tradition de notre collection hiver 21-22. Ce qui donne vraiment à chaque vêtement un look différent. La création de nouveaux matelassages, parfois cloutés, d'imprimés mat brillants aux motifs sophistiqués, permettent à cette ligne aux matières techniques d'être portée en toutes circonstances, selon l'accessoirisation.
On la découvre. Cette année, tu nous as promis une ligne active surprenante. Tu nous en parles.
Un thème actif d'une modernité intense dont le parti pris de la couleur révèle son dynamisme et sa créativité. Des jeux de couleurs exclusifs et élégants, des blancs mélangés à des couleurs flashy soulignent une allure dynamique et sportive. Des détails silver et un imprimé street art, en parfaite adéquation avec le thème, lui donnent un look réellement avant-gardiste. Les tissus, la modernité, la technicité et le grand choix des couleurs font de ce concept un élément essentiel de la collection Femmes hiver 21-22.
Go! En ce qui concerne notre lit homme,
De la city sportive au sommet enneigé, l'homme poivre blanc au caractère technique possède tous les aspects de la protection, du confort et de l'esthétique. Sport chic, élégant, créatif, aux intérieurs fonctionnels, le vestiaire masculin est conçu pour une utilisation et un bien-être permanent. L'homme PBLNC emprunte de nouveaux horizons pour affronter toutes les intempéries.
cool.
From the ground, darling, love me all night.
Si tu nous parlais de notre fille poivre blanc.
En ce qui concerne la junior fille, nous nous sommes inspirés des collections femmes sur les thèmes tradis et actifs. L'étendue imaginaire de la jeune fille poivre blanc se reflète à travers ses riches broderies raffinées, ses imprimés exclusifs, ses couleurs exquises, dont seul poivre blanc a le secret. Cette saison, notre princesse vit dans le royaume des glaces et des ours blancs. Ses meilleurs amis sont les pingouins, les bébés phoques, les ours polaires, les léopards des neiges, avec lesquels elle protège l'environnement et les jeunes filles poivre blanc, quelles que soient les intempéries.
Maintenant, pour conclure, Rencontre-nous notre ligne garçon.
Pour le jeune garçon, nous nous sommes inspirés de la ligne technique homme PBLNC. Pour le bébé garçon Poivre Blanc, ses aventures rêvées l'invitent à explorer le Nord Arctique accompagné d'un mystérieux personnage, Mirogo Mi-ours. Ensemble, ils traversent le royaume des glaces à la découverte d'un nouveau monde. Habillés en poivre blanc, pour eux, tout est possible.
Merci Yves pour cette belle collection.
As you saw, our women's jacket you can also wear in the city. Our kids' jacket are also back to school jackets. With our base layers you are perfectly dressed in the fitness center. Our mid layers are loungewear. When we come now to the lookbook presentation, you will see also Poivre Blanc every time, everywhere. All products of our workbook will now be presented on fashion models. We will show you details of every style. From my side, I would like to say goodbye to you. Even in difficult times, I wish you a successful sales campaign. I would like to express my thanks. My thanks go to the factory team and our quality manager who translated our ideas into beautiful garments. I also would like to thank everybody here at Poivre Blanc for their hard working in these difficult Corona times. A small team achieved a lot, it's not self-evident. Thank you to the development team, thank you to the marketing and graphic team, and thank you to our back office and sales office team. Thank you everybody, hope to see you again in Rio.